matter. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Wei-Hung. Today I want to talk about our Docker Nextflow, building out the stable. Yeah, so my name is Wei-Hung Pan. Actually, I'm originally from Taiwan, and now I live in Berlin. So I got a bioinformatics PhD in Germany, and then stay in Germany since 2013. So the company I work is called Silence Therapeutics. So this is a company we focus on gene silencing in siRNA. So most of my role is for the drug development, drug design, and so on. So yeah, so before we come into today's topic, I want to share with you, do you know like 41% of publication in the cancer study can be replicate only? That means more than half, yes, more than half the publication study cannot be replicated. I think this is a very, very important issue in the academic. I mean, in academic, people doing the publication as a KPI, and after that, sent, and then you will never know if your code, your script, your analysis will be used again in the future. You will never know. And also, no one really checked the code. And people like to see your result and then like to see the beautiful figures. But what is behind that? That is very important. So this is how we do the analysis normally in the academic setting. So we have a lot of data sources. We have Excel table. We have a JSON file. We have even something from the database. And then we run something and we use R or Python and then to package. I mean, I like R. I use R for 15 years. I like ggplot. I like RShiny. I generate a very beautiful report using, I mean, for the Jupyter Notebook, PowerPoint, and also R Markdown file. And meanwhile, I send my code to GitHub or GitLab, and then just for the record. And that's it. Most of the setting is done by people. I mean, the individual people. I mean, when we talk about the academic setting, or maybe that would be good. I mean, maybe there will be two people, but there should be the very small group of people working on this. But what happened if we want to working in the team? I mean. If you see here, that's very interesting. And it works on my machine. I mean, I hear about this a lot of times when I get the code from my colleague. I say, no, it works on my machine. So when you only code yourself, it's a long, messy spaghetti code. And only you yourself can understand what does that mean. And no quality check for the correctness. I think it's also the difficulties for the open source. I mean, no quality check for the correctness. And then development environment is not unified. That means someone use Anaconda, someone use pip, and someone use a virtual environment in R. Someone does not, and then you don't know how to what is the correct version of the package you use. And then the open source package version changes, like a ggplot, or yeah, it changes a lot of times. And deploy R, and then each time maybe some function does not use anymore, like a display them, so the pipeline can run today does not mean it can run tomorrow. And also it crashed due to the limited computational source. So most of the time we run it in my computer and it works fine. But when we have a situation when we need to run big data, oh no, it's not fine, and it's limited. So then we need to talk about the reliability. So actually, it's talk about reliability, reproducibility, and then reproducibility. So what means reliability? Reliability means if I myself run this myself a lot of times in this machine, this should have a consistent measurement, I mean, consistent result. But most of the time is not the case. So when you have a when you have a bug and you just write it from top to down, there's no module in between, it's difficult to debug. So for me to have the modularization, like break down the long piece into the small components, and then you can easily to debug, and then make the debugger stop here and then to debug. And also the advantage using that is it is for the unit the unit test. You can test the result from the small components, and then you can have an integration test from top to down to the end, and you have a code review. And reproducibility means you can replaceable this. So you put it in the GitHub action, and every time when you run it and then you update it, you have a version, and then we put in the Docker. And then in the end, the reproducibility, then we put that in the AWS service. Then we do the continuous deployment. So everything is automatic. Everything is automatic. So this is our current process. So the people push, and then in the GitHub, and then with the code review and continuous integration, and then we package in the R package, the Python package, and then we push to the Docker. I mean, in the not the Docker Hub, but in the AWS, and then we run it using Nextflow. So there's a saying that if you are hit by a bus, what will happen? So we want to make sure if any of our team member hit by a bus, and then this pipeline can still work. So this is a summary. So code should be checked. The process should be the foundation of the science. Running data pipeline in cloud can solve the problem and limited sources. The time limit, and thanks. I am happy to take any questions. See a question in the chat. Say, did you encounter any difficulty when you start with Docker? How did you resolve them? Yeah, so this is a very good question. So I'm from the background for statistics. So when I come into the Docker, the difficulty is just the logic of how the container works. And of course, I'm lucky because in my team there are some like a very experienced cloud engineer and data engineer, and then technique view. And also, I would say this is not very difficult. And you learn this, and maybe just few weeks, and then you will know the basic, and then you can push your package all in the Docker, and then it's much better. Of course, there will be some DevOps issue along with when you development, but shouldn't be very difficult. It's much easier than I don't know major theorem or the mathematical inference. Yeah. Okay. The next question: will there be R and Nextflow integration in the future? And Nextflow is evolving the yes. I mean, I am not the people working in R or in Nextflow, but what we did is we want to make Nextflow as easy as possible, as clean as possible. So we push our Docker to Nextflow. So we don't want to do the heavy calculation in Nextflow. So I mean, this is our strategy. We want to make Nextflow clean, and then only like step by step run in the pipeline. And on the complicated computation, we will finish within the Docker container. And I believe there will be, for sure, Nextflow will support a lot of our user in even now.